Okay, here is an example on a circuit to analyze. Let's go ahead and put 24 volts for our battery. Let's have R1, let's have that be 2 ohms. R2, let's say is 4 ohms. And let's say R3 is 2 ohms as well. Sorry about my little ohms. They should not actually touch when they go back inward. It's a horseshoe. There we go. And I could fix this other one as well. So we want to find the equivalent resistance. So that's going to be R1 is 2 ohms, R2 is 4 ohms, and R3 is 2 ohms. That'll be equivalent resistance of 8 ohms. Equivalent resistance. So if we go down a little bit, we redraw the circuit. We had 24 voltage drop across the battery, or voltage gain, I should say. And then we have equivalent resistance of 8 ohms. So I can find the current is voltage drop across the equivalent resistance. So that's going through all the resistors. We have 24 volts divided by 8 ohms, and we get 3, and all the units cancel, so we get amps. So 3 amps. So we have 3 amps going through our circuit now. So we just, let's see if that's negative, that's positive. Okay, so the flow is going this way, and we have the current equals 3 amps. So let's go ahead and go up a little higher, and we know that up here we also have 3 amps. Now, since there are no options for the path to go, we know through this whole thing the current equals 3 amps. Therefore, the current over here equals 3 amps. The current across I1 is equal to 3 amps. The current, or I should say across, current through I2 equals 3 amps. And the current through I3 equals 3 amps. So now we can find the voltage drop across each of them, so we can see how much energy they're using up. So let's go ahead and make a little table. We have R1, R2, R3, and the battery. Let's look at the current in amps. Let's look at the resistance. And let's look at the voltage drop. So this is going to be in volts. Resistance is going to be in ohms. So R1 we said was 2, 4, 2. This doesn't really have, there's some internal resistance. We're not going to count any of that. We're going to say it's 0. We know that the battery gains voltage. We know that there's 3 amps through each of these. And then we can just multiply the current times the resistance to get a voltage drop of 6. I'm going to put a negative since it's dropping. And then looks like 3 times 4 is 12. That's going to drop. And 6 here. So if we look at the energy of the circuit and we add up all of the energy used up, we get 24. Lo and behold, the battery supplied 24 volts. This is analyzing a circuit. Great job, everybody. See you in class.